Well, there is never a lack of policy issues to talk about when it comes to the U.S. beef cattle industry. And here at the Cattle Industry Summer Business Meeting here in Denver, one of those issues is trade, more specifically, the exciting news of U.S. beef's return to that huge Chinese market, the first time in some 14 years. Now, Craig Uden is the NCBA's president from Elwood, Nebraska, and recently took part in a Welcome Back to China U.S. beef celebration along with Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue in Beijing.
When you go over there, we were in Beijing and then they went on to Shanghai. Both those communities are 23, 24 million people. That's the size of Florida and Texas combined, just in two cities. So you have a population of 1.4 billion people, 350 or so middle class. A lot of the middle class that we saw were 20 to 40-year-olds. And the nightlife, it's not like any China I remember being over there 8 to 10 years ago. With their recent growth, you see all the modern conveniences that you would see in a U.S. city. So there's a lot of potential out there, and people haven't been exposed to our product, and once they are, I think we'll be back on the menu over there.
The NCBA is also applauding the recent inclusion of language in the U.S. House's Transportation and HUD Appropriations Bill that would delay for 1 year a requirement mandating the use of the new electronic logging devices, or ELDs, for livestock haulers. Kevin Kester is the NCBA's president-elect from Parkfield, California, and says the 1 year delay will give them time to address their industry-specific concerns.
Right. So as opposed to a furniture van, you don't have to stop and water furniture. So we don't want to cause harm to any sort of livestock in the transportation side of things. So we just have to educate our legislators and our politicians in charge of forming these regulations and agency folks what is in the best interest all the way around, where we can be safe and be benefit to the welfare of our livestock.
Well, it should give cattlemen and cattlewomen a little peace of mind knowing that when they're back home working, the NCBA has their best interests in mind every day, with boots on the ground, so to speak, working Capitol Hill on their behalf. Reporting from the Cattle Industry Summer Business Meeting here in Denver, I'm Russell Nemitz.